After the most fantastic week in Banff, we've left and we're on our way to Calgary. We've got a night with the kids, all 5 of us together last night, and let's see what kind of mischief we can get up to. We've just arrived in Calgary. It was a very, very windy ride, and it seemed like we went from the most stunning Rocky Mountains, and then literally 2 miles outside of Banff it turned into what looked something like England, to be honest. So the Airbnb isn't ready, so we've come to stock up on some food and get some lunch while we wait. He's off to see if he can find Droney's son. We're Airbnb-ing it tonight, and it's very swish, I have got to say. Look at this. So we've been out to the shops, stocked up on shreddies and crisps for the kiddies, and I thought we might cook in tonight, but Jack's only here for a couple of days, and today's his last night. Well, his third and last night. And so he really wants to go out to eat, so that is what we're going to go and do. It's nice, isn't it? Hey, I've got to get back to back down to earth in the coming days. Back to bunk beds, grotty rooms, and yucky soup, because this has been such a treat. We need to ground ourselves. We're in Calgary, and it is Jack's last night, so we're going out for dinner en famille, and I felt it was really hard leaving everyone today. It was sort of, I haven't quite digested everything that's happened over the last 5 days, so I spent some time on the bike today thinking about it, because it was so special. I need to relive it all in my head and digest it. It was hard saying bye to everyone, but it was an infusion of love, 100%. Off to dinner with the cool dudes.
Yeah. Where's the birthday girl?
Right, splitting the G in their cowboy hats. Chelsea's getting a hat tomorrow, by the way, because we're making her. Tim's obviously got more experience in this tense competition of splitting the G. Oh, not bad, Jack.
Oh, come on.
Not bloody bad. Oh, and Tim has lost the competition.
Alright.
Oh, well.
Do you need a judge?
He won. Job's up.
He won.
Not even a competition. Sorry to say.
We're into it. She's into it. She's buying a hat tomorrow. It's confirmed. If not a hat, then a bit of tassely leopard print leather. Is that right? Lordy, but just saying that they'd asked Chelsea and I to split the S on a charade. Right, we've woken up in Calgary this morning. We've left Tim back in his editing studio. I've left Timmy in bed and Jack lounging on the sofa, contemplating his next move to Canada. So Chelsea and I are going on a little walk. She didn't find a hat last night, so that's our mission this morning, because we're fully embracing the Stampede, which we're going to, the Calgary Stampede, which we're going to later this afternoon. How exciting! Stop looking so fed up, it's only me. Look at her face!
Boom.
Take you even more.
Oh,
Even more hangover.
I'll relieve that for you. And I'll swap you for that one.
We're so pleased that you're feeling slow today.
Hello, darling. Hey.
Look who's here. We can't decide whether she's Daisy Duke or Calamity Jane, and
No idea.
but look who's here. Birthday surprise. I don't think my heart can take it, literally.
I think you were quite looking forward to not having anyone here, actually.
No, my heart
There goes your quiet evening.
it is too much. But we're off to the Calgary Stampede.
We're going to the Stampede. Rawhide.
Right, welcome to the Calgary Stampede. So, can you explain to us what we're going to expect back there? What is the Calgary Stampede?
So the Calgary Stampede is a Western tradition back here in Canada.
Okay.
And you can find rodeos, chuck wagons, and go on rides, have traditional food, and just see the great stand show. Yeah.
Okay.
And have fireworks at the end.
And fireworks.
Yes, fireworks at the end, yeah.
And is there chips and beer back there?
Yes, there is, yeah.
And wine?
Wine, yes. All sorts of alcohol.
And so the show that we're going to see, so we've got tickets.
Yeah.
Is that like the rodeo?
Depends on what it is, but yeah, if you got tickets for the rodeo, you'll see it all happening in action. Yeah. It was a good time.
And can you buy hats in there?
Of course, yeah. You can buy any type of merch you guys want. It's everything.
And shirts and
Shirts, anything you want. You got it.
fabulous.
Yeah,
Thank
have
you.
a great time.
Thank you. I want to buy some boots. What I really want is those, because they are fabulous. Look at them.
I got them in.
And everyone's got really cool boots, apart from me.
The stove on the rear concealed stove rack of that wagon. As he comes to a stop, and we anticipate the up in the air, they go southbound and back is coming Ridgedale back to Continental Clearance and over with Indigo. As you see Danny Ringette, he's got that rail on the inside in that red shirt.
Calgary was just stampede mad. The atmosphere was electric. We decided to do, or Chelsea and Tim organised for us to do a bike tour around the city, which is a brilliant way to see it. I love it. There was so much to learn. So this bridge was built to connect the north and south of Calgary, and it was designed to look like a blood vessel. The idea being it was pumping life from one side of Calgary to the other over the Bow Lake. Sorry, not Bow Lake, Bow River, but which is fed from the Bow Lake, which we saw earlier. It's all connecting the dots, isn't it? So this piece of sculpture, each arm represents the streetlights of Calgary all the way around, and that one at the very top, there is an osprey's nest, and it comes here every year to nest. There's the Calgary skyline, pretty impressive. I've just learnt a fun fact. This is the Bow River beneath us. So the buildings are taller on the left-hand side of the Bow River and shorter on the right, and the reason being is that there is a rule or a law that on the 21st of March every year there should be no shadow cast over the Bow River, so that the ice continues to melt and the trout that are in the river continue to get enough daylight in order to thrive. Interesting, eh? There's the stadium, that's where we were last night. So it goes on for about 7 days, I think, the fair. They have the rodeo in the afternoons, and then the wagon racing and the bareback relay races in the evening. Fireworks and the show every night, apparently. And there's the whole fairground. And there's the skyline of Calgary. So what you can't see, but you might see on some of the footage that we took earlier, is all the walkways that link the different buildings, which they use in the winter so that the Canadians don't have to go outside. Actually, it's the same in Chicago and Minnesota. But here, there's 10 miles of connecting bridges between all the buildings. That's a lot of shopping, isn't it? This is the Saddle Dome, but not for much longer. They're tearing it down. It's quite an iconic building on the Calgary skyline, but they're building one next door, and they're tearing it down because all the snow collects on the top of it because of its shape and then ruins the acoustics, so no musicians want to play there.
Hello. Here we are on day 3 of our Calgary adventure.
This is your YouTube debut.
Well, people will want more of me. They'll start requesting me, not you. So I don't want to steal her thunder.
Not when she's doing so well.
I know it seems like we're not going very fast and just like floating, standing in the water.
We're not.
But yeah, we're actually not.
No, we're not at all. Moving at any speed.
Here we are, coming up. It's like whitewater rafting, this, nearly.
Rachel's going to get dragged down
Oh my God,
on one
look
leg.
how shallow it is.
Rachel can touch the bottom.
I can touch the bottom.
do this bit, you might want to stay.
Oh! Oh, it's like being in a massive cold bubble bath.
Look how shallow it is. We're going to come aground. My foot touched the stone.
Look who's back! Droney Jr. The beeping noise is collision avoidance. I'm not mentioning the user error and the demise of poor Droney 1. Gorgeous studio, and it's 45 degrees Celsius. That was 45 degrees Celsius before people went in there.
Before people went in.
And when we were all in there?
Closer to 48.
Closer to 48. I think it's one of my better looks. What about you? So hot. My water bottle is like bath water. It is ridiculous. The men do it with no tops on. Sometimes a treat, sometimes not. This is Rachel recovering. Closer to 48 degrees with everyone in there.
Yeah, it sounds good.
What do you have to say?
Can't wait to do it again tomorrow.
Look at the state of this. So hot. I mean, it was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Okay, so it's our last night in Calgary and we're ready to hit the road tomorrow.
Lest we get run over.
We're going to be back on the bike, back to rubbish hotels,
Back to microwave meals.
back to moving carpets,
Back to bed sheets that I can't put my whole body on.
and shower screens that you don't want to touch.
Yeah. So it's been an interlude of luxury, and now it's back to real life.
Yeah, we've had a couple of weeks off.
And also I need a bit of a detox because all I've done is drink and eat.
Let's do it again.
But it's been marvellous, amazing, joyful, full of love. It's been great. And I've obviously fully embraced the cowboy.
Where was our Guinness?
Right. I'm not the only one that has embraced the cowgirl look. Look at those legs, for goodness sakes. Not that we're making a habit of this, but back again, and they're going to attempt to split the cheek.
Don't have a smile when you go near them.
Off you go. Oh, I think Andy is the winner. Andy is the winner. And there's just a
Oh, come on, you're amazing.
Tim, Kurt, the amount of Guinness you drink. Uber virgin. Tim, not me. But it takes two of them, apparently. And a handbag.
So we just got to pack up. Haven't been on the bike for a couple of weeks. Just had a bit of a rest. Heading towards Yellowstone now. So today we've got 150 miles. We left it late because of the weather. And then I think the day after tomorrow will be Yellowstone.
Well, we've left sunny Calgary. We're on our way to Yellowstone and we've arrived in Cardston. It was freezing cold, raining all the way. And you know when you've had loads of sugar and you come down and you feel, you know, a bit wobbly and really a bit down. That's how because life has suddenly got back to normal. Welcome. My birthday's over.
Good morning. We are here at Cardston and we are just setting off. It is a lovely day and we are heading to America. The border crossing's in about 40 miles, so hopefully that'll be okay getting through that. And then we are going to go on the Going to the Sun Road, which is a mountain pass, Logan Pass, and we're going to head up to about 7,000 feet and then drop down the other side, and we are going to head to, I've forgotten,
Missoula. Yeah, so it's about a 5-6 hour ride today to Missoula, and then from Missoula we're going to go to Yellowstone, is the plan, to see Yogi Bear.
And temperature wise, when we left Calgary it was 32 degrees, and when we got here last night it was 9. It was freezing, and of course ironically we just sent all of our cold weather gear back. So anyway, it's back to being lovely today.
So we're going to get on the road, and I've packed some lunch from the breakfast bar, don't tell them. So we've got peanut butter sandwiches and cookies, and you've got a banana.
How exciting. Anyway, all being well, we'll talk to you from the US of A.
So we're leaving Canada, and I've got to say I loved Canada. The people, the food, the atmosphere, it was brilliant, and we're crossing the border back into the good old US of A. We took our time driving actually, and stopped quite a few times because it was so beautiful. I'd made a packed lunch, so we had that by these waterfalls. It would have been a perfect place to send a drone, but just so that you all know, you're not allowed to use a drone in a national park, so that's why we haven't. We had to blast through Montana a little bit more than we had originally anticipated because we'd overrun by a couple of days in Canada for very good reason, obviously my birthday, but it did mean that we whizzed through a lot of the scenery. It gives wide open spaces a whole new meaning. It was ranches after ranches, it was boiling hot, we were surrounded by mountains, and we were on our way to Missoula to spend the night. Just arrived in Missoula. It's taken 7 hours. It is so hot. Bit of a contrast to yesterday. And we're in a Days Inn. Never stayed in a Days Inn before. But we can park the bike right outside, so that's all right. And nice big bed. All good. Looks fine. The ubiquitous and manky shower curtain. Missoula. Kind of a typical US sort of town, I think. Anyway, we're going to go for a little wander and a little explore. And in case we don't find a restaurant, we're right next to McDonald's. Yeah. No, thank you. Never had a Big Mac, Mr. Meredith. It took us 7 hours to get here, but we rode through the national park, the Glacier National Park, which was beautiful, and stopped and took our time. But he's just told me that actually it's the same distance tomorrow, which I'm not very excited about. Hopefully it's a faster road, because my knees are killing me. That's what happens when you turn 60. Your knees start hurting. There's an M there, which Tim pointed out, and I don't know if that's from Montana or Missoula, but on the other side of the hill there's an L, so I thought neither of those made sense. So we're walking through Missoula, and this apparently is what used to be the restricted district. Chinese immigrants full of that had laundry, Indian immigrants. I can't remember what nationality.
Brothels. It's all the brothels.
It's all about brothels and beer, basically. This whole street, all about brothels and beer. So Tim's feeling really at home.
So over here,
with one of those things. It's the beer, by the way, just clarifying. To my foodie friends, in Missoula, Montana, having a little bit of deja vu. Still can't get anything on the bike. Never mind. Room, train, all night, on the hour, every hour, all night, is all I'm saying. It was a slightly disrupted evening of sleep. I started filming this train thinking that might be quite interesting for a while, but it went on and on and on. Now, we were travelling at about 80 miles an hour. Tim reckons the train was travelling at about 30, and we just couldn't catch up with it. And it was these trains that were going past our bedroom every hour last night. called Ennis. Not Alice. It's probably been an hour and a half since we've seen any sort of town at all. An hour and a half riding. I mean, Montana is so enormous, but you definitely wouldn't want to forget the milk, because there's nothing, absolutely nothing for, like I said, an hour and a half in either direction. So we've just stopped here for a bit of lunch. Tim's just gone to get a coffee. It's very sweet. I think it is like a bit of a touristy spot. At least it's not stuffed. It's like a proper old western town. I'm expecting a cowboy to swing out of a saloon at any moment. Don't look at the clothes, I'm not allowed to buy them in. Oh look, he did. It wasn't quite a saloon door, but nearly. I'm very much enjoying the jeans and cowboy boot look. I might try and convince Tim that that's the way to go. It's a lovely little place, and I'm glad we stopped because we needed petrol and we needed something to eat. But like I said, there is very little else. Oh, there we are. So we're on our way to Yellowstone. We've actually crossed the entire state of Montana, even dipping in and out of Idaho briefly. And we're going through to Yellowstone, which, although it's in Montana, the bit of the Yellowstone National Park that we're going to is actually in Wyoming. I'm really looking forward to it. I've got no idea what to expect. Every national park has had its own unique qualities. I just am sad that I didn't get to spend more time in Montana actually, because it's stunning. We'll see you next week. Will we meet Yogi Bear? I ask myself.